installing and opening Interwrite Touch software for both interactive touch whiteboards and interactive LCD panels. Before you can use either device interactively, you need to install the Interwrite Touch software using the CD-ROM provided or by visiting our website and downloading the software from there. This is the EDIS website. You would select School Site. You would then scroll down and select Drivers and Software. This will give you a number of options. If you're using the Touch Interactive Whiteboard, this is the option for you to select. Just click on the words and then you'll be able to download the software. If you're using the LCD panel, click on this option and this will bring up 3 different options for you to select from depending on the size of your LCD panel. So select the correct one and download the software. Once the software has been downloaded and unzipped or the CD-ROM inserted, open the EDIS Interwrite Touch software program and select Auto Run application file that's highlighted in yellow here. If you're using a Touch Interactive Whiteboard, select Install All, and this will install the drivers and the software needed to operate your interactive whiteboard. If you have an LCD panel, select Install Step by Step and select the software icon to install the software only. You don't need to install the drivers. Once that's done, turn off your computer and make sure it's connected to a power source, as the battery will run down fairly quickly with all the cables connected to it. You'll need to connect the following cables to your computer. From the data projector, this blue VGA cable goes into the VGA port. This gray USB cable goes into either of these USB ports. The 3.5 audio cable will go into the headphone jack of your computer, and if you need to use your school's network, then the Ethernet cable will go into the Ethernet port. Once that's done, you can then turn on your data projector, and when the projection appears, turn on your computer. The first time that you use your interactive whiteboard, you'll need to activate the driver manually, and after this time you can select the Auto Run option, which will automatically activate the driver in future. So to do this, just go to the Start button, go to All Programs, scroll down until you find EDIS Touch software. There's your driver, so click on this and you'll notice this white window appears. I'm not connected to a device, so mine says Start Device Failed, but yours will say Device Started, and you can then minimize this window. You'll notice that on your taskbar you do have the EDIS Interwrite Touch driver icon. If you click on this, you see that there's a term Auto Start. If you tick this box, this will automatically search for the driver each time you connect to your interactive whiteboard, so you won't have to do it manually. The next thing you need to do is to ensure that the tip of your finger or the styluses that are provided with the interactive whiteboard and the cursor on the screen meet. It's important that they are meeting accurately. To correct this, if it needs to be corrected, go to the driver icon once again, and this time you'll see this is the correct board that you should be using, the 6000A series. And next to it is the word Orientation. It's grayed out in this case because I'm not connected to a board, but yours would be black. If you click on this, what will appear is this window here, and you need to select the word Reorientation. Your screen will go gray and a series of blue dots will appear in each of the corners, starting in the top left corner and then progressing to the top right, bottom left, bottom right corner. And once this is done, check the accuracy. You may have to do it a couple of times until you get used to it. If you're using an LCD panel, after you've installed the software, also turn off your computer and make sure it's connected to a power source. You'll then need to connect the same cables to your computer. You'll need a VGA cable from the LCD panel. You'll need that to be connected to your VGA port. The USB cable will be connected to a USB port. The audio cable will be connected to a headphone jack, and if you need to use the school network, then the Ethernet cable will be connected to the Ethernet port. Turn on your LCD panel. If you've got a 65-inch panel, the controls will be on the right side and the power button has been circled in red here. If you've got a 55, it's underneath the LCD panel and there's the power button for it there. The LCD panel driver will install automatically. If you wait about 10 seconds, you should then be able to walk up to the panel and move the cursor around the screen with your finger or with one of the dummy styluses provided. Make sure you don't use sharp objects or cleaning liquids on the LCD screen. If you're finding that the cursor and your finger aren't meeting accurately, or there seems to be a dead spot on your panel, clean around the groove of the inner frame of the panel with a dry lint-free cloth. So it's just inside this there is a groove. Sometimes dirt and dust gets caught in there and it makes it difficult for the sensors to pick up your finger motions. Once you have connected your device and you've turned it on, you're now ready to open up the Interwrite software. Interwrite is a Windows-based software program that works in conjunction with other programs such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF files, and the Internet. So if you have already created lessons in these, you will still be able to use them in conjunction with your interactive device. When you click on that icon, this window will appear. You don't need a username, you don't need a password. Just select the word login. And what will appear on the screen is this floating toolbar called Control Mode. The symbol for Control Mode is this computer mouse at the top left corner of the toolbar itself. Control Mode will float over the surface of any other Windows-based program, enabling you to use all the tools that are not grayed out for your presentations. This is a close-up view of Control Mode toolbar. If you want to minimize it, just select the top left corner here and that will minimize it. You can then drag it to any part of the screen you want to. When you want to activate it again, just click on that and it will open up for you. If you need to exit the program, that's where you would do that from there. We'll discuss some of these modes in a moment, and you can see all the other icons that are here on the screen. If you click the menu, you will be given another set of menus that you can select from, and also you're able to customize the toolbar to suit your own needs by adding particular icons that you'll be using all the time. To do this, initially go to Menu, and then in this instance we're going to be selecting a tool, so we'll click on the tool options. That will bring up this menu that you see here. We're going to take the searchlight, and what we're going to do is, holding down the left mouse key, click and drag this to the surface of your Control Mode floating toolbar. This will then remain on the toolbar until you remove it by just clicking and dragging it off the toolbar itself. There are 4 modes of Interwrite Touch software. In the basic training we just covered the 2 top modes, Control Mode, which you just saw, the floating toolbar, and also Window Mode. Window Mode is what you would use if you wanted to create a presentation, show a presentation, or have a blank screen to write on. An important aspect is the help guide, which is built into the software program. It will help you to get to know the program better. If you click on Menu first and then select Help, it will bring up this particular window, which will give you written and visual instructions on how to use the various tools and features of the software program. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. For further information, contact us by email info@edis.com.au.